Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Hey PT Bench, great timing. We are back with a Naya Depths stream. This is a list I've been working on with a few changes for the online meta, mainly in the board, but this is the first time I'm taking the deck through a league without prismatic ending, which has been really nice for the deck. It's pretty flexible, but I've gone for less flexible cards and more bullets, like Mindbreak Trap and Path to Exile, for some of the combo decks that we see in leagues. And then also Path just being a really nice fifth source to Plowshares against decks like Blue-Red Delver, the Mirror, even Reanimator, it can come up, so pretty happy to see that. Minsc has been performing really well across the board. We've seen some really good results from Naya Depths as of recent, so yeah, pretty cool to see how this deck continues to go. But thanks for the raid, PT. What did you just play and how did you go? Also, big shout out to Card Hoarder, who sponsors the channel. You can find Card Hoarder at cardhoarder.com, and of course, Rent Cards, and MTG Mate, who is an online Australian seller, and yeah, has been a sponsor of the channel since day one. So if you're in Australia and need some singles, definitely check out MTG Mate. This hand is nice. I would like an extra land for the Mox, but I'm pretty happy just to start off with Green Suns for Dried Arbor. For turn 2 Knight. There is appeal for turn 1 Reclaimer, but I'm definitely keeping this. And then I think it might just be Windswept for Savannah, Green Suns for Dried Arbor. Not too sure what our opponent is on. Haven't played against them before, I don't think, or at least in a long time. Reanimator. Okay. Probably taking crop rotation here, as if they can't go off this turn, then we can crop for Bog. But definitely a tough one. Looting most likely into Lotus Petal Reanimate spell. Archon and Grizzlebrand. Alright. Wow. Okay, well that is a pretty nice top deck. I think here... This is a tough one with what I want to do. So we obviously want to hold up crop for Bojuka Bog. The question is if we want to Wasteland as well and then just start beating in for 2. I don't mind that. Opponent has gone to 4 cards. The big question is the Wasteland bigger for us? To actually see if we can top deck a land next turn to crop rotate? Or can we just get there with beats of Dried Arbor and Safekeeper? I kind of feel like we need the land more than them. I probably also want to just crop away the wasteland, and then next turn we can actually cast the knight. Because if we crop away either one of our lands, we have to top deck either a green or white source. And I think that's fine, because the knight itself can go and find wastelands. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But hey, welcome all of those from PT Bench's stream. I'm Dukes on Twitch. I usually stream Legacy Maverick, but green-white FedEx, if you want to call green-white Maverick, or Naya Depths or FedEx, and D&T. This morning, hey Arnie, welcome. We had Jason Murray on, who is known as Luinil online, a D&T expert. And the week before we had on XJ Cloud as co-host. So those two leagues will be up on YouTube. And then this coming Wednesday morning, or Wednesday evening in the US, Thursday morning for me, Michael Mapson's coming on, which should be pretty cool. And he will be, going through a Naya Depths league with me, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, I would say that the flex spots that I've kind of gone with is the 2 Mindbreak traps and the Path on the board. I think Path is becoming more popular, but the traps are just a bit of a concession to the online meta in the leagues, with a fair amount of interesting. So now we have either Bulgar opponent here, untap and play the knight, or see if we can top deck a land and then play the knight. Worst case, if we don't top deck a land, we're attacking for 2. I think I'm happy to take, like, we are running 31 lands. Swords, not too bad either. I don't think I need to hold up both. Opponent could just be looking here to untap and flashback Faithless Looting, which is pretty good for us. Oh, Underground Sea? Assume. That's actually quite nice, because that means we can sack our Dryad Arbiter crop rotation and then get it back with the Exhume. So we no longer have to go on the Wasteland route. Just taking out 2 creatures and the Faithless Looting is pretty huge. And now getting back that, nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. I guess that's the reason to hold up Sword as well. That's definitely tough. I assume they get back the Sarah here and then name creatures so that combat damage doesn't really do anything. Unmask themselves? No, take out Mox. Interesting. I think the Wasteland is just a little bit better for us. Turns on Green Suns for 3, which isn't great anyway. Could also Wasteland myself to make this Elvish Reclaimer a 3/4, but the Grizzlebrand's probably going to do it. I guess the Wasteland allows us to... No, because if we sack the Dryad Arbor to a Archon, then we don't have mana otherwise to go for it. No great blocks on the Grief, so just going to allow this. In this matchup, I like the Deafening Silences on the play. I don't mind the Mindbreak Traps, just as another way to keep a 7 that doesn't have Deafening Silence. Obviously like the 2 Endurances and the Path to Exile. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey Jag, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Hey Giz, welcome. Animate Dead is going to be fine. It's probably the Safekeeper at this point. Really want to have that mana up, but I think it's long gone in this game. Just want to see a little bit more information. But it looks like a pretty stock list. Yeah. Yeah, fair bit of Reanimator. I think Archon's really pushed it up, which is nice for the deck. Alright, the Minskers. The kind of the grind is a little bit slow. I should actually have... I think I've done Reanimator, yeah. Ramanat, Prismatic Ending, Sajiri Step, 2 libraries. Safekeeper. I think Safekeeper is actually an easy take. 6, 7, 2. Deafening Silences are great on the play. Endurances are obviously fantastic. The Path is great. And then I don't mind making space for the Mindbreak Traps, just to have on top of the Deafening Silences. Hey Jag, that's very cool. I do have to update it. Obviously with Minsc and Boo in the format, it's changed things quite aggressively, but I'm very happy to hear that it helped. Ramanap, we want the Endurance, of course. I don't mind the Liberator because of Animate Dead, and also Serenity potentially to take out the Deafening Silence. Could just be a Yav, honestly. I think this is fine. Quick look, and that's going to be it. Double Crop is quite nice, but I think there's a better hand, because other than double crop, this hand doesn't really do much. Like, we lead on Windswept Heath and hold that up and hope that they don't have double hand disruption. And once they know about crop, it's obviously less good. And then if we untap and don't draw land, we have to play Dryad Arbor Pass, which means we can't even deploy the Elvish Reclaimer. Pretty happy to mull that. This is better. Obviously a bit tough with the trap and no Deafening Silence, but having crop and Mindbreak is kind of nice. It means it's something like trap is really there for the Ritual Entomb Reanimate spell. Looting Lotus Reanimate spell. It could be something like Hand Disruption, creature in the graveyard, and then get it back. So there's a few good hits. I'm going to keep this in bottom of the Plains. The Flagstones is nice if we draw a Reclaimer. And we're going to lead on the Windswept to hold up the crop. A mulligan for our opponent. Stage is pretty nice. It means that if next turn we get to play the Dark Depths as well, we can just crop rotate for Yavimaya in their end step of the third turn, make a 20/20, then try to combo off. Which is, yeah, really nice. Oof. Okay. Silence is obviously great here, and a reason why Deafening Silence is fantastic, because once it's on the field, it's just going to affect everything. I think I actually will just... Oh, I should have actually, yeah. I should have fetched in response for Yav. I just didn't, but I definitely should have. Oh, they're going to target themselves. Okay. Sadly can't get Crackers because of their silence. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was just a classic streamer brain. Still pretty tough even with that, because they most likely get to a stage where they can Archon the 20/20 potentially. But yeah, I don't see myself coming out of this one. Definitely didn't think of Silence, but I guess that makes a lot of sense. Like, our best cards are flush cards. Hey Nos, welcome. Okay. That's a start. I guess we have the 20/20 next turn, which is nice. So they have to kind of put Archon into the bin, or Archon into play here. Ah, that's pretty cool. So here we need to make sure they can't get Sarah into play, the big angel and named creature. I don't want to block here because a main phase 2 Archon just makes me get rid of the 2020. Interesting, they must have hand disruption. Or else we can mindbreak trap whatever they tried to do. But surely here they have something. I'm not sure what they could have though. Huh. Yep. Tough. Maybe the show and tell was bait, but definitely hard not to. Yeah, because even if they they put in Archon, we have to discard the Mindbreak Trap. If they put in the Sarah, we're just dead. Guess you could try to top deck a Swords to Plowshares or a Path to Exile, but pretty tough. No. Just a lot of mana and not really a big plan. Okay, this is better. Happy to keep this and put back the Sajiri step. Which means I'm happy to lead on the Windswept. This also means we just have the combo with Depths and Crop, one for stage, one for Yav. Happy to let this resolve. I'm gonna play Taiga. No, I can play Depths, and then we can crop away one for Yav, and then this can tap for mana, so I don't have to play the Taiga and have out the Windswept Heath double crop, which is nice. They also still think we have an unknown card because they saw one Dark Depths. I assume this is Doomsday. Okay. Yikes. Discarded Veil. Probably just appear into the Abyss. Oh, an Adnors. Okay. Jed Medallion. Huh. I think the only thing I can do here is crop into Bog and hope that that cuts off Cabal. But it's looking pretty grim. I guess they could Cabal in response. Yeah, they will. Yeah. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't mind Force of Vigor, especially with Deafening Silence. Like they might play out an LED, a Petal, or a Wishclaw. I definitely still want to be Turbo at some point. Safekeep is probably okay as well. They're probably bringing in some sort of... No, actually, Safekeep is fine to take out, especially with Step in the deck. I think this is going to be it. The big thing is potentially Force of Vigor. Actually, of course. That's a pretty easy cut. So I think we might actually keep in... I kind of like Endurance overnight just because of its flash. So if they don't try to go off and we're like holding up blast effects or crop, I don't think crop actually really does anything. If we're holding up blast, we can like play Endurance. Could see like a 2/2 and then like maybe the forces just because they're better than swords and then have that Safekeeper. Yeah. Quick look. Yeah. I could see that. But it's really relying on Deafening Silence and Mindbreak Trap. Which his hand doesn't really get. I guess it has turn 2 Collector Oof, but one Thoughtseize and it's gone, so... this is a pretty great hand because we have not only the Deafening Silence, but also crop rotation into the combo. So I'm going to keep this and bottom the Windswept because we can go Flagstones, Deafening Silence, Yavimaya, crop away Flagstones, get a Savannah, get a Stage, and then untap and we have Depths. Ooh, okay. That's actually quite nice because it means that we can get a plateau with the Flagstones and hold up Blast next turn. I could hit this, but I think I'd rather hit a bounce effect on the Deafening Silence. I don't think they're going to be on something like Abrupt Decay. Plateau. Thespian Stage. Nice. Oof is nice, but I don't think it's needed. I think I would rather just hold up the combo and Pyroblast. But the read there is Bounce Spell, not Abrupt Decay. Okay. Boseiju. Didn't think about Boseiju. I think it'll just be Savannah. And then Liberator, I think here is better than Oof, just because if I get it online, you can start taking out things they play early on. Okay. Again, I'm pretty happy not to go after cantrips. I'm pretty happy just to hold back on this Pyroblast for the bounce effect, or a bounce effect. They discard. Maybe Echo? Some sort of card that they can get advantage with in the graveyard? Brainstorm. Okay. Green Suns. Oof with Pyro Black up here is backup is really, really nice. Yeah, they missed a few land drops, which is pretty nice for us. This could potentially be a matchup where I don't mind keeping in, and I did, Sylvan Safekeeper. But I think here I'm happy to, yeah, get Safekeeper. I could play around Massacre, but I don't think I am in a position where I want to. I could sacrifice the Savannah and the Plateau and then have Taiga as my red source. Oh, it is Abrupt Decay. Okay. That's fair. Infernal Tutor showing Cabal Ritual. I currently don't have a card to pitch. Tough. They can even Thoughtseize first, and so we can't Pyroblast the dress down. Ooh, okay, I'll take that. Bad guy. I think it's still just lethal, because they did show an Infernal Tutor. Oh, okay, well, we'll take that. No real changes. Yeah, just hope for Deafening Silence or Trap. Ah, they can't get to empty hand. There we go. Yeah, great point. Of course. That that makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty happy to keep this. Double Deafening Silence is quite nice. I didn't get to stick around for Caleb's stream, but I think I went back for like a second and I saw he had shaved his beard off. Unless I just didn't pick up that he didn't have a beard going at the very start, but yeah, pretty funny. Okay. Decision time, because if I go Plains, Deafening Silence, and then draw Green Suns or Elvish Reclaimer, then we can't Wasteland the same turn. If we fetch here for Savannah, play Deafening Silence and untap, we get to do that. But then if we fetch for Savannah and then draw like a Pyroblast or a Red Elemental Blast, we can't cast that. So I think just because of that, for now, I'm just going to go Plains into Deafening Silence. And then like next turn, Deafening Silence into Wasteland isn't too bad either. Yeah, he has no beard. Well, they play the Boseiju. Okay. Maybe holding up Abrupt Decay? That means I want to Wasteland this and see if they float mana. And then if they do, we can play the other Deafening Silence. Oh, we get a mana here as well? Nice. I think I'm going to get a Taiga. That turns on all my colors. I also think if they play another artifact here, I'm pretty happy to force it with Endurance. But seeing they also missed a land drop, happy just to force that. And then Knight plus Crop will allow us to... Oof. Get the combo online pretty quickly. I don't think I want to aggressively go after this Lotus Petal and 2-for-1 myself. That might just be worth playing to Crop Rotate away. Wow. I guess Chain of Vapor is a card to think about with the Lotus Petal. But to be fair, if they have Chain of Vapor, then it is like one less Chain of Vapor for the Deafening Silence. Yeah. Tough. Nice. Good to be back on the board at least. Yeah, I think like sometimes you can mess up math with Cabal Therapy and Endurancing them. Yeah, the only issue with forcing there is that we didn't crop in our turn. And we can't, of course, force and crop with Deafening Silence in play. Unless we want to hit both our Deafening Silence and their Lotus Petal and end step. Look, very heavy on the Wastelands, which could be a loose one, but our mana's pretty nice, so I actually am going to keep this. But obviously a matchup we hope isn't just a deck with either no lands or pay 6. But I think like Savannah into Green Suns for Dried Arbor opens up some pretty cool lines of like maybe a turn 2 Knight or Library and Wasteland. When it goes to 6. Nice. Okay. Probably still happy to aggressively Wasteland here, just to keep them off the Reclaimer. Now it's a question of, do they have crop? So I'm actually pretty happy here just to build out my board. Go for Savannah. Green Suns for Dried Arbor. The last thing I want to do is run myself into a crop rotation when I don't have to. Okay. Library's pretty good from them. No blocks. Now that's pretty interesting. I think Library, our own Reclaimer, is pretty good here rather than Wasteland them. Hey Bobmans, welcome. I'd be surprised if they didn't just be aggressive and draw 3 cards here. Knowing the matchup, there isn't too much reach. But they're only going to pay once. Okay. I wonder here if they just copy their forest so that stage can't be wastelanded. But no white mana, currently. Crop. Oh, they're just going to go for Depths? Okay. That gives us a few outs, like 4 crop rotations, 4 Swords to Plowshares, the Caracas itself. Even land into Endurance doesn't do it. Ah, really? Rough. Like, we have Green Suns for Endurance, but that isn't great when they have Elvish Reclaimer on field. Honestly, our only line is pay, land, Green Suns for endurance. And just hope they don't have a second land. Okay, let's have the swords. Tough. Alright. The mirror is always interesting. I like taking out a depths. I like bringing in the path. I do like endurance. I don't mind going down on one Minsc and just having one Minsc. The Moxen are always interesting. Like, Mox aren't a great top deck. I could see the 3 Moxen out, 1 Endurance and 2 Force of Vigors in. Hey Jam, welcome. I don't mind that. Especially having an answer for library is quite nice. It's a pretty great hand. Dried Arbor's a little bit tough, but happy to keep this. Turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Library. Just gonna go for Savannah. Cool. Force is pretty nice. I'd love to grab a library with that along with the Moxen. They could have Zematic ending, yeah. I don't mind going for Dried Arbor. Sorry, going for a Elvish Reclaimer here. I could have held up the combo, but think I'd rather just get Reclaimer and pass. Could have also gone for Safekeeper. That's pretty interesting. But then I'm left with 2 lands. I'm actually going to save that. Pretty nice. I wonder if they use the knight or not. They will. They have 1 card in hand, so I'm pretty happy to swords here while it's tapped. Come on, library. I've been waiting for you. I think in response to that, we're just going to bog them. I do have this deck in paper, thankfully. They played the step for turn, okay. Huh. Well, now with 1 card in deck, I don't mind going for the combo here. Well, I mean, knight's pretty good as well, let's be honest. Yeah, I think just for a turn, knight. Nice, and then after damage we can untap this to then use it in our turn. I won't join the challenge. Challenges are sadly always late for me, so I don't really like staying up until the early AMs to play. I'm gonna hold this. I think it's better to have the Windswept Teeth untapped. I do get blown out there by crop rotation on their end, but I think I'm happy to seeing how this goes. Like they could be sandbagging. Okay. But now they have to block next turn. Nice. I think I'm just going to bring in the one force. Keep a Moxen in on the draw. Could also see just Oof as just a creature. Yeah, I don't mind that. Hey Star Fox, very nice. What are you cooking up? Yeah, I think Oof is fine. I think, like, I'm not a big fan of the card disadvantage of Mox Diamond unless you have a follow-up library on the same turn. No green mana, but otherwise, like, we have a lot of live draws, so I don't mind this. Even if they don't start on a creature, we can just start on step, potentially. Like, I'm not a big fan of keeping non-green hands, but being on the draw, I think it's fine. But we'll see. No follow-up. Interesting. Never didn't have it. I think here I'm happy just to go for Forest into Dried Arbor. And then we have the Plains as well, just to make sure our mana is stable. Interesting, however, that they started with the Mox Diamond without having a play. Like, they could have kept the Mox in hand and waited for this turn to see if they drew a card that they didn't want more than Wasteland. Oh, they're just passing? I'm not going to play into Crop. But it's definitely interesting. Oof. So if they try to Prismatic Ending here without having a land, we can just Wasteland the Taiga. But I think they go after... Oh, they go after the Oof? I didn't expect that. I am going to Wasteland this right now. Although they get to keep the Moxen, I think that's fine. Claim is okay because we have the sword. A threat here would be great. Don't want to see lands. Oh. Honestly, I think we just pay here. And I'm pretty happy to go Swords Reclaimer. And then use this turn just to turn stage into a forest. They play out Depths. Interesting. Creature, nice. Crop, okay. I don't mind the crop here. Flagstones. Reclaimer. Hold up crop for the combo if they try to tap out. So I don't actually want to attack here. But that doesn't mean crop necessarily. That could mean Force of Vigor. That could mean swords and copy something. I wonder what they're cropping for here. If it's a green source, there's a world where I crop for Wasteland. Bog. Bog's okay. I don't really care about that. That's fine. The nice thing is as well is that if they play like Stage Pass and try to copy our Depths before it goes off the table, we can just step next turn. I could have also played Depths for turn. Ramanap. Okay. I think in response to Ramanap, I'm happy to go for it. Because they currently have Wasteland Taiga Depths. If they have Crop, they have Crop. Oh, do we not? Oh, we only have one! We only have one, it's our hand! Okay, that's fine. I think we just get Bog here. That's pretty funny though. We also have double step in hand, so we can't even save the combo from a land. Green Suns for Sylvan. Yes, Sylvan Safekeeper. Now we're doing it. All right. Put on top. Put on top. Safekeeper. Depths. 1, 2. Copy this. Now this is quite hard to get out of. Like the only card that's coming to mind is Council's Judgment. Caracas gets hit by Safekeeper, Swords, Maze of Ith, Prismatic Ending. Like, yeah. The only other thing I can think of is like they brought in Needle, or they have Pith Needle in their 75 for Safekeeper. But even then it's tough. Alright. 2-1. Slowly getting there. Thankfully the Keeper can protect itself as well. So it's sacrifice a land, give target creature Shroud. That you control, I guess. So, just a really hard card to beat in that kind of mid to late game where we have a bunch of lands, because we can protect both the Safekeeper multiple times and also the 2020 multiple times. One second, I'm just going to open the door. But hey, if you guys like this content, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. Have a Rainbow Depths League going up on YouTube soon. That was not streamed, but recorded. So from time to time, I will have content that only goes on YouTube. It's pretty sweet. I haven't missed Prismatic Ending yet, but it's pretty hard not to play it. Hope you're all doing well, having a nice weekend. It's pretty hot here in Australia, which is nice. It's been pretty chilly throughout winter, so for spring to come around in summer, only a few months away. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, played D&T this morning with Jason Murray. It's pretty fun. Did pretty well. Deck was really nice. Obviously that was a red splash. And then XJ and I took normal Yuri on Death and Taxes back. Pretty average in South Vic. What's as in cold? Usually down south it's pretty chilly. Especially with the I saw some of the flights for the interstate travel around the time of the AFL, and it was crazy. Some places were charging like $900 just to go economy from Sydney to Melbourne, which is insane. But yeah, in paper, I'm not playing the Mindbreak traps. What I am playing is one choke in the board, and two deafening two prismatic endings, kind of over these three. Everything's similar. I'm not playing Glacial Chasm, and that's mainly just believing that Glacial Chasm decks are pretty good matchups where I don't really need it. And most of the time against Elves, where people bring in Glacial Chasm, they have the Boseiju, which they might just have that for the combo as well, but decks like Madness and Dredge, we have other things for, like Crop Rotation for Bog, or just race them. But Chasm's definitely interesting. If your metagame is filled with decks where Chasm's good, then it's pretty awesome. Even against Burn, it's fine because it does prevent all damage. But losing the lane can be tough if you don't have Flagstones out already. That's the only thing I'll say. Cool to see Sprouts up here. Sprouts, I believe, won a challenge last year with Maverick. Archon, Runcore, nice. Archon usually playing a variety of decks. Runcore playing Elves. Testicular, Elves. Testicular. Apologies. Yikes. Just the mana here. Everything else is okay, but the mana's not great, so we'll mulligan this. This is a lot better. It's tough to know what I want to put back. I kind of want to keep the Minsc here, just for like testing purposes, so I think I might put back the Knight and go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 hold up Flagstones. Okay, this could be the mirror of Wooded Foothills. Sometimes Naya Depths plays a single Wooded Foothills. Oh, it's gonna be lands. Okay. Oh, with main deck Swords to Plowshares potentially? No, just Needle. Okay. Still pretty annoying, but hopefully we can get... mana going. I don't mind green sunning for Dried Arbor here. And then next turn, potentially, Minsc comes down, which is pretty huge. If they don't... if the lands deck doesn't interrupt our mana. Well, at least if they just play... Okay, I don't mind seeing Saga. And a fetch land? They have 2 fetches in hand. Nice, okay. Looks like Minsc is coming down. Bog's nice as well with the loam there, but I think just getting Minsc down is better. If they have Punishing Fire though, they can interrupt, because they can respond to the ETB of Boo. Oh, I guess no, if they have Bolt, sorry, not Punishing Fire. Crop. Okay, probably just for Caracas here. It's tough as well because Safekeeper doesn't really save the boo because then we can't even target it with the Minsc. Yeah, very true. But like Tabernacle there as well is pretty tough. It's just one of those land starts that it's very hard to keep up with. The sacrifice says, yeah, sacrifice a creature, but they can like respond with Karakas before you actually sacrifice a creature. I think here I'm just going to use the Dried Arbor to pay for the tab. So I want to put these first. Okay, well that's fine. And then just pay like this. I don't mind neg-2ing, seeing what they do in response. I'm probably just going to sack this Dried Arbor. Ah, it's an only draw if you... Sorry, I got that wrong. It's only draw if it's a hamster, of course. That's pretty funny. But I think sadly this game is probably just over with the start they've had. Like exploration with Loam and then the Saga as well is just a bit too much. We're probably keeping the Green Suns for Outland Liberator. Yeah, I don't think there's actually a way back into this game, which is tough. But we do have some good sideboard cards. Minsc can come out. Dark Depths can come out. I don't mind Endurance, Force of Vigor, sorry. I don't mind Path over a Swords either. Even going down on Swords. I'm going to assume they're not a Reclaimer version. All of this otherwise is pretty solid. Just a bit too slow, unfortunately. This is better. Probably going to keep this, and probably just going to bottom the Moxen. Moxen does allow for turn 1 Reclaimer, but... I guess we could turn 1 Reclaimer, but play around... Like, if we drop the Green Suns here... We play Windswept Heath, Fetch, play Reclaimer, Flagstones, pitch either one of these, probably the stage. And then we also have Crop Up, which means the Reclaimer can become a 3-4 on turn 1. But we have to have double green. And I probably want to play the Flagstone, so I think it actually is just the Green Suns. Yeah, Windswept, play Reclaimer, offer Savannah. I guess I didn't need to actually fetch. There is a world where I don't mind just taking them off their grove while they're off green, and then we have the flagstones next turn to start ramping. Bog's fine. Yeah, like look at this mana, which is really good for us. I'll get planes here, and then probably just get another flagstones. I could have got Savannah, which turns on endurance. I think that's actually probably the line. Swords is nice, but not too relevant. We're also holding up Bog here. Soul Guide's okay. Oh, is that me? That's me. Oh no. Am I still live? Feel like I am. You're live, dude? Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. We're back. Just MTGO things sometimes. But in a pretty nice position. I think here I'm going to find Thespian Stage with the Elvish Reclaimer. Okay, nice. There we go. Endurance is a pretty sweet draw. Probably just gonna pass here. Wow, they're gonna give up there. Interesting. Like, they have time. Like, we make it 2020, they have Maze of Ith. Wasteland comes in tapped. They have another turn to try to draw into like a green source for crop. Maybe they didn't have crop. I guess if they don't have a crop, then I can see it. Like, having to draw into green source and crop rotation is pretty tough. I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second. Right. I think we're just going to run this back. On the draw, Force of Vigor is the big card I want. Come on, MTGO. Come on now. Yeah, MTGO not having two factors is pretty insane, especially with the pricing of some collections. Like, I don't have a big collection of MTGO and it's worth like maybe a G. Like, thankfully, thanks to Card Hoarder, who sponsors the channel, I get a rental service. Hey Tommy, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. But this is definitely them, because we can see their clock going down. But yeah, I definitely don't mind this sideboard plan. I think Prismatic Ending has to be in the 75. I just feel so naked without it. I think I'll probably bottom a Path to Exile. I just think the flexibility potentially of Prismatic is just so much more needed. Needed so much more. But the lands matchup's pretty interesting. I do have some content on YouTube against Ali, who's a very good lands player, where we just went back and forth playing Naya Depths versus lands. I don't think we can mulligan this. Like, we have turn 2 Knight as a 3/3. Opponent's mulligan to 6 cards. Wow, Beseiju for turn. It's a great draw. It's probably going to pair with the Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. Saga Exploration would be 2 great hits for the Force. Obviously don't want to get rid of the Knight though, so we'll see how this pans out. No Wasteland from them is huge. But an end step think nothing. Green card? Really want to get this Knight down. Nice. Oh, they could have Endurance. That's probably a reason not to attack. Yeah, I think that attack was actually quite loose. Okay. Three mana prismatic ending. We will save it. Didn't expect that. Especially with a Safekeeper in play. Ramanap. I think Ramanap's just the play here. Wow, yeah, they're going to wow, yeah. That's pretty tough for them. They didn't know our hand, but we get to go Ramanap off the Knight, replay Windswept Heath, hold up Sword, and then we just have Force of Vigor for the construct if they make one, and also the target. So, pretty nice. Yeah, the Prismatic ending there was interesting. Maybe they just felt like they wanted to try to trade the Prismatic for a land. Or, you know, make us miss the interaction between Safekeeper and Knight. But happy. Happy to say the least. Lands? Yeah, I don't mind this hand. Obviously, against a creature deck, it's great, but just having the Reclaimer as well is quite nice. Okay. It's going to be 8 cast. Which is a pretty interesting matchup. We'll see if they have a turn on Emery. No. Oh, Mox. Does that change things? Kind of does. We get to go cast Mox. Get rid of Forest. Play Reclaimer, pass. We also have the Caracas for Emery or Sai. Okay. Probably just going to Swords this Construct end step. To make use of mana. Force of Vigor is a big one because it keeps a lot of the fair decks that I like in check against the other ones. So probably like a 9. It should be 3 mana. It should be 3 mana to cast. That's my only gripe. Dried Arbor. That's probably just the land I'm going to drop here. But I could potentially just go with Caracas. I don't think it's broken. Like, Return to Dust has been a card for a long time. Just a little bit of a uptick on that card. I kind of want them to play a creature into Caracas, so I'm probably happy going with just Dried Arbor. Probably just take a pass so I actually have the sword open. Yeah, should have used Reclaimer, but that's fine. Chalice on one, that's pretty good as well. Yikes. Okay, we're all good. This can... actually, gonna hold up. Caracas. They have 3 cards. And they have a force. Alright. They're down to 1 card. Tomb scary because it does turn on a fair bit. Oh, I actually think Wooded Foothills there was better because it actually makes the Reclaimer a 3/4. It's pretty big. Tough one. I think it's the stage because if they play a Saga on their turn, I probably want to copy it for my turn. But it's close. The extra 2 damage could definitely add up. This token's going to be really good. The force on the Green Suns was huge because that's our Outland Liberator. Ooh. Kappa with Shadow Spear is pretty good. Okay, there's Saga. Tough. Tough. This is a matchup that I'm not too sure how I want to board. Because there's obviously a lot. Like, nearly all of it could come in, essentially. Not sure about Minsc. I don't mind Minsc as an alternate way to get out of a ensnaring bridge. They play bridge. Like the forces are easy, the tower's easy, the collector oof is easy, the deafening silences on the play are pretty easy. But like blast is obviously solid. I don't mind Ramanap, but just a case of like what's worse. Like, if I'm taking out these, I'm probably taking out some number of lands. I don't agree that Pyroblast is better than Silence. I think Silence slowing down is much better than being able to hit some of the main things that we can already hit pretty well. But they're obviously both very powerful. Depths is solid, Bog is solid, Caracas is obviously good, Maze is still good. Could be a Trim. Like, I could see Step easily coming out. They're probably still chalicing for 1, which is pretty good against us. Taiga. A Savannah. Yav. 27 lands. I don't mind this. Could see a Knight coming out. I think this is pretty solid. Nice. Mana's on point. We have a turn 3 combo if we draw 1 piece, which is cool. We have Wasteland if they play turn 1 Saga. Kind of like going for Taiga. Because, oh sorry, our Plateau, because we have the Yav. This is fine. Oof. Yeah. Okay. To be fair, there's probably 2 cards I'm happy just to force. But I don't have to right now. Especially if you draw into like Oof. Another Deafening Silence. Hey Sambo, welcome. Hope you're well. Kind of like just holding up Endurance here, then next turn we can hardcast the Force. I could hit their lands, but I'm not too afraid of anything right now. Okay. I don't want to do either. Okay. Spellbomb is an issue. Interesting. Wow, that's really aggressive. What can they have? 1 mana in our turn. Yeah. I don't like the attack with this. But we'll take it. I think if anything I'm just bringing in 2 traps for 2 silences. But I could see a world where I want them all, but... Like, there's a world where Ramanap, although it sounds good on paper, just isn't really where I want to be. Yeah. I think I'd rather shore up that early game. Not too bad. Like, has a pretty good plan and some good removal, so I don't mind keeping this. It also has green suns for collect oof if needed. I don't mind fetch for Dryad. It just ramps us up to be able to do more next turn. Even something like Outland Liberator and Pop. I think our hand is good enough that we don't need to keep the green suns for an oof. Hey, Fateless. Not too... Not often. But sometimes on Saturday nights, if I have a free night, I'll just do a small stream. Interesting. I think the play here is just Knight. And then try to turbo towards the combo. Especially if their plan is going to be Kappa. I want to be able to race it. Reason. I do not have the day off on work on Monday, but I believe Thursday for us is a public holiday for the Queen. So many sickies. I think here I just like Knight and Crop to get rid of the Saga. That's fine. Canada thought it was a great idea to give the day off to government employees only? What? What? Doesn't make any sense. Needle's not too bad because we have the Outland Liberator. I don't mind holding the swords for now. It's pretty good. Charles for 1, that is fine. Now they're in a tough spot of having to really use that spell bomb. Oh, we can also get a Tower of the Magistrate if we really want to protect ourselves from bounce, which is pretty cool. Well, they have a land to play. They just bounce now. Okay. Turned out pretty good for us. That's a great draw. One card in hand, they untap and play one, so pretty happy just to hold the Caracas and not show it. Yeah, this game's been pretty back and forth, which is nice. But I do think my boarding is very rough. I think I overboard and don't really have a good idea of what really is that important in the matchup. Probably more so what isn't important. I'm probably overvaluing some cards. Oh, haha, right on time. Yeah, boo. I'm pretty happy just to jam here with both. Really puts them on a clock. Also means next turn is just lethal with the Minsc fly. Like they can Brazen Borrower to attack it, but don't really mind at this stage. Nice. Alright. Finished 4-1. Which is pretty cool. Deck felt pretty solid. But there's still some areas where I'm not too sure. I think it's this one. Yeah. Let's go to Decktech. I think there's, yeah, obviously some cards here that I want to change. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, you guys can't see sideboard. Okay. Alright, so I think 2 Minsc is really nice. I'm not sure if I want... For now, for like the next few weeks, I really like 2 main, because you just see it a whole lot. I think the Endurance, the Ramanap, the Liberator, and the Safekeeper main deck as the Green Sun Zenith targets are great, along with the 4-4 split of Knight and Reclaimer. I think the big one is probably Outland Liberator, which some players aren't playing, but I do like just to have it as a one-of Green Sun target. I think it's great against a lot of decks. Like 8 cast lands. A few that have been popping up as well, which is nice. So I think it's pretty relevant in the meta. We are playing 61, just based on Maze of Ith being the 61st card, which I'm definitely fine with. I think Maze has won us a lot of games. And I think with this deck, with so many tutors, it's fine to play 61. I do like Outland Liberator bigger than Knight at the moment, just because of its ability to flip. Can really cause some issues. And just being a 2-drop as well, it can be a little bit easier to Green Sun for if needed. But there is also the argument that Knight of Autumn is a little bit more flexible in matchups where, against Delver, you might just want the 4 life instead of a 2-2 pretty much vanilla creature. The other card I've been playing is the second Taiga, going up to 30 lands. So I guess, like, Maze of Ith is pretty much a removal spell, just the 2 depths. And then the Wooded Foothills. So I would say the Taiga, the Wooded Foothills, and the Maze, along with the Outland Liberator and the second copy of Minsc, is probably where I would say the current flex spots are in the main deck. And then Sideboard, I think it's probably between the Path to Exile, the traps. I just like traps because of the leagues. I see a lot of combo. But I think like from a stock perspective, you're looking at, if we move these back over here, I reckon this is where there's room to play. So like 2 Deafening Silence, at least 3 Blasts, Tower's good, Force of Vigors, like 2 Endurance you could say is flex as well, but like I would say this is definitely stock. And then it's like, do you want another Blast, or do you want another Deafening Silence? Do you want the traps? Do you want something like Glacial Chasm? So that's always there. Path was there. I was going to play Prismatic Ending in the board because I do want it in the 75, but I like that Path just hits things like Murktide, and against Reanimator, which I see in a lot of leagues, it's just another way to remove Archon, which is nice. But yeah, I think I want to move towards 2 Prismatics in the main deck somewhere. I did like Dan Neely's list that was there, but yeah, I mean, Path's still great in like the non-Murktide decks. Like, it's great against Reanimator. It's great in the mirror. It's just another way to remove creatures for a pretty low cost. Just like a nice clean way to answer a creature. Like, sure, they get a basic, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes the basic's already in play. Yeah, but that's definitely like something just that I'm testing out. And I think I will move back to 2 Prismatic Endings, because there are a few times here, like even lands, I much rather the Prismatic Endings to go after things like Exploration. But yeah, nice to go 4-1. A big thank you to Star Fox for the second Minsc. I will give that back to you now. I believe Kai's actually streaming, so I'm going to send you guys over to Kai. Kai to send me some jewels, which is nice. They'll be arriving this week, hopefully to finish off black bordered Naya. But hey, if you guys enjoy this content, definitely consider following the channel. I'll be back soon, maybe Monday or Tuesday night, to see how it all goes. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.